अवलंबन है बस एक यही मेरा बल है गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा। अज्ञान भरे संशय से भरे विपरीत विचारों से भी भरे मन के अंधकार को दूर करे वचनामृत से तव बोध कृपा। गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा। पल पल पग पग जीवन पथ पर गुरु साथ मेरे रक्षक बनकर बिसरू न कभी यह प्रेममयी आनंदमयी भवदीय कृपा। गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा। मेरे जीवन का अवलंबन है बस एक यही मेरा बल है गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा। गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा। गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा। मेरे जीवन का अवलंबन है बस एक यही मेरा बल है गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा। अज्ञान भरे संशय से भरे विपरीत विचारों से भी भरे मन के अंधकार को दूर करे वचनामृत से तव बोध कृपा। गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा। पल पल पग पग जीवन पथ पर गुरु साथ मेरे रक्षक बनकर बिसरू न कभी
गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिमिस्सेदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यं भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः। वेदान्त विद्यास्थानेभ्यैव च ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। यो गुरुः स शिवः प्रोक्तः यः शिवः स गुरुः स्मृतः अस्तु कुर्वीत स नरो गुरुतल्पगः स नरो गुरुतल्पगः। एक एव परो बन्धुः विषमे समुपस्थिते गुरु सकलधर्मात्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। वन्दे बोधमयं नित्यं गुरुं शङ्कररूपिणं यमाश्रितो हि वक्रोऽपि चन्द्रसर्वत्र वन्द्यते। जय गुरुदेवं परमानन्दं जय गुरुदेवं जय गुरुदेवं परमानन्दं जय गुरु जय गुरुदेवं चिन्मयानन्दं जय गुरुदेवं चिन्मयानन्दं जय गुरुदेवं सच्चिदानन्दं जय गुरुदेवं सच्चिदानन्दं जय गुरुदेवं आत्मस्वरूपं जय गुरुदेवं आत्मस्वरूपं जय गुरुदेवं परमानन्दं जय जय गुरुदेवं ब्रह्मानन्दं जय गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेवं ब्रह्मानंदम जय गुरुदेवम ब्रह्मानंदम जय गुरुदेवम शास्त्र स्वरूपम जय गुरुदेवम शास्त्र स्वरूपम जय गुरुदेवम परमानंदम जय गुरुदेवम आनंद रूपम जय गुरुदेवम आनंद रूपम जय गुरुदेवम जगदाधारम जय गुरुदेवम जगदाधारम जय गुरुदेवम परमानंदम जय गुरु जय गुरुदेवम चिन्मयानंदम जय गुरुदेवम चिन्मयानंदम जय गुरुदेवम आत्मस्वरूपम जय गुरुदेवम आत्मस्वरूपम जय गुरुदेवम चैतन्य रूपम जय गुरुदेवम चैतन्य रूपम जय गुरुदेवम परमानंदम जय गुरुदेवम 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 परमानंदम जय गुरुदेवम जय गुरुदेवम जय गुरुदेवम जय गुरुदेवम जय गुरुदेवम जय गुरुदेवम शंकर रूपम जय गुरुदेवम शंकर रूपम जय गुरुदेवम प्रेम स्वरूपम जय गुरुदेवम प्रेम स्वरूपम जय गुरुदेवम परमानंदम जय गुरुदेवम जय गुरुदेवम आनंद रूपम जय गुरुदेवम आनंद रूपम जय गुरुदेवम चैतन्य रूपम जय गुरुदेवम चैतन्य रूपम जय गुरुदेवम Chinmayanandam Jai Gurudevam Jai Gurudevam Paramanandam Jai Gurudevam Paramanandam 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 Jai Gurudevam Chinmayanandam Jai Gurudevam Chinmayanandam Jai Gurudevam Jai Gurudevam Jai Gurudevam Jai Gurudevam बोलिए श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। नमः पार्वती पते हर हर एषोऽनुरात्मा चेतसो वेदितव्यः। Kathopanishad, there is one mantra. It says, this self is known by the mind. Eshonu Anu Atma, this subtle self, is known by the mind. And then it says, Drishyate tu agraya buddhya sukshmaya, sukshmadarshimi. It is known by very subtle mind. And na naren prokta esha. Same Upanishad says by inferior man this cannot be talked about. Na narena varen prokta esha. फिर हैं सुविज्ञाय हैं सुविज्ञो बहुधा चिंत्यमाना, because it is thought in many ways. So now the mind has to be ready, the knowledge has to be given, and the mode of communication has to be there. So for the knowledge of the self, there are many things required which are very difficult. And see, when we study in the schools and colleges, the subject is very gross and therefore it is graspable by the mind. It is easy. You need, Gurudev used to say, we need a sharp intellect, not subtle. Tikshna buddhi is required, not sukshma. One is sukshma buddhi, other is tikshna buddhi. So he used to give the example of an axe. He used to say axe is also sharp, razor blade is also sharp. But axe you can't shave. Howsoever sharp the axe may be, you need a razor blade to shave. Axe will not be useful for your shaving. The external studies, you need a teacher, you need a subject, and at least during the class, you have to be obedient and focused. After the class, you can do anything. If you can retain that subject during that time and reproduce it, when the time comes, that is sufficient for you to pass. You need not be a man of character, or you need not be attentive about the control of mind. That is not a prerequisite. Prerequisite is aptitude in material science. In spiritual science, prerequisite is attitude. There it is an aptitude. He doesn't have an aptitude of computer science. He is not having aptitude of language. He is not a linguist. So he is not fit. So that area, if you have aptitude, I think you can do well, you can top, you can be good in your subject, and you can earn livelihood because you have a good knowledge about that subject. You can earn money, you can be very wealthy. But there are other aspects of the mind which is unattended. When you talk about spiritual science, the case is more deeper and difficult to handle. Because first of all, you are dealing with self and the Atma, which is not objectifiable. And there is a difficulty. Or you are dealing with the God who cannot be just seen like a human being like that. How high amount of faith is required. Another thing is, it is not a time-bound course that 1 hour or 1 year you will qualify. It's a very long course till you know the self. And each and every corner of your mind and intellect has to be purer, has to be subtler, has to be very divinized. Because if one corner is left aside, which is not okay, which is bad, that corner will not allow the knowledge to happen. Any little doubt is there in your mind. It is like earlier mosquito net was there. Here also you saw mosquito net. No. One mosquito entered. Nothing more. Only one has entered and you cannot sleep. Similarly, one problem is there in your character, in your habit. Then you cannot progress. You'll be stuck up there. It's not that easy, and this is a problem here. If it was something objectifiable, I can by heart Gita, I can by heart this shlok, and that was over. That is good for competitions. We have Gita chanting competitions. We have Ramayana chanting competitions also. But here it's not that case here. Here the mind has to be ready for that knowledge, ready for the faith to absorb. And I cannot do it myself because I don't know what is the meaning of pure mind. I don't know the meaning of doubtless mind. I don't know the meaning of Brahman properly. I don't know the meaning of Panchakosh. I don't know the 100 kind of prakriyas that are followed. I don't know how to read Bhagavad. I don't know what is Krishna Lila. I don't know what is Ram Lila. I don't know what is the meaning of Sundarkand. Meaning doesn't mean word meaning. What is the essence of that? What is the main point in that? Main point is difficult. Story part is different. Because I don't know, and secondly, I have fallen in certain habits, fallen in certain weaknesses. And if you try by yourself, I think you should try. I will give you in writing, you cannot do it by yourself. Even if you give up, you will have ahankar, say, I gave up my tea, I gave up this, I give up this. So if you give up, then problem. If you don't give up, then problem. This Maya is surrounding you from all sides. And therefore, on this path, you need a guru. And the relation with the guru has to be long term because your course is very long. It will continue till birth. Anek janma samsiddhi tato yati param gati. One birth, very little happens if you do sadhana, that also. So, therefore, learning from the teacher is one thing, but obeying the teacher or surrendering so that he can tell my weakness, or he is feeling free to involve in my mental zone and vasanas, and he can scan each and every portion of my life and vasanas so that he can act and make it fertile for the knowledge of Brahman, or make it ready to know, to come closer to God. All these things require that please give me your mind, intellect, ahankar, etc., which is very dear to me. How will you give it? And this is the meaning of Namo Namah Shri Guru Padukabhyam. There is no principle here in Guru Padukasvata. That's some knowledge of some. It is not some knowledge is given. It is just describing the glory of surrender, and the way that if you chant this, it will bring you the surrender bhav. Because you cannot manage it. You cannot manage it. It is, and if foundation is not okay, then your whole spiritual life can fall apart. In some incident will happen, and you will be totally down, like a pack of cards. Okay, got my point. So three areas I told you. One is the area of vasana, character, our own nature. That area, second is one area where my samskar is there, my habits are there, my style is there, my way of acting wrongly is there. This is one area. Second area is where he has to put in faith of Lord. And third area is the knowledge of the self. These three areas are where the teacher is wanting to act. But for that, he has to fill the mind. And that will become not easy. So let us be available. Natayayo Shri Patitam Samiyah. If you don't have, please see. Some paper is there. Natayayo Shri Patitam Samiyah. Kadachitapyashu daritravaryaha Mukascha vachas patitam hitabhyam Namo Namah Shri Guru Padukabhyam Namo Namah Shri Guru Padukabhyam. I offer my namaskar to the sandals of the teacher. Namo Namah Shri Guru Padukabhyam. It is fourth case, dual. Chaturthi, Tritiya Vibhakti. With Nama, Chaturthi comes. Nama means what? I have been seeing that. ये तो हमको surrender करवाया जा रहा है. Obedience, mixture of obedience, humility, sacrifice, and tolerance of the teachers at words. The mixture is called Nama. Again, slowly, which mixture is there? Mixture. What was that? Obedience, humility, tolerance of the teacher's order, sacrifice, and this whole thing is called surrender. One student went to teacher, he was there. I'll give you some examples, it will be clear. Only I want to hear stories here. Good stories are there. There is no Guru Puran. No, there is no Guru. All Puranas are from the Guru. So, some stories are there. So, one teacher was there. So, with him, one student lived for 20 years, 30 years. He said, come here, whatever you have learned, try to put it and let me know it. Take your own sweet time. He said, I need time because you have taught so much in 20 years. He said, nothing should be left, but you should put in short. So he said, okay, Guruji, give me 1 year. So in 1 year, he brought few pages. And Guruji saw, he said, very good, very hard work you have done. But I think it is not concise as I wanted. You make it more, it should not miss the point. At the same time, it should be a little more succinct and more precise. Now, he was wondering. He took 5 years. Because more shorter, then you know how to remove this point, and he also doesn't want. So he told to Guruji, he said, okay. He said, Guruji said, very good, you have tried, but I think still, it is not as concise as I want. He was very disappointed. He said, oh, how much work I did. He said, make it half of this. So he brought 10 years he took. He gave a very short summary of what all he heard. See how much patience was required. हम लोग बोले हम नहीं कर सकते. I cannot do it. You do whatever you want. In that process, he was keep on churning. What is there? So 10 years, no? Again he came. By the time he said, no, make it more short. अब he put his head like that. अब क्या करें? सब तो लिख दिया, उसका शॉर्ट कैसे करें? Now only one page was there. Again he came. He said, see, it is too long, make it very still short. So he brought one line at the most of 20 years. Guru saw, he said, it is still long. In this process, 30 years had passed by the time Guru had become very frail and he was on his deathbed. So disciple came. He said, I had asked you to bring a shorter summary. He said, I have brought. And it was a plain paper. The truth neither can be objectified, neither can be talked about. He said, in this process of 35 years, Guru put his hand on the head and he got the knowledge. And then Guru left his body. But to really find out what was the main thing among all the things, it took 35-40 years of chintan and contemplation. This is what is called Namaha. But this disciple did not give up. He didn't feel that my teacher has gone a little cranky. How much short I can. It was not the objective shortness of the sentence he wanted. He wanted the subjective main point. He said, you have got it now. It was a plain piece of paper. He said, this is there. I hope you got the message. ऐसे teaching होती है. There are various modes of teaching are there. आसान नहीं है ये सब. It is not that easy. Therefore, very few good students will be there. Very few. 1 in crores, 1 in millions, I will say. Because nobody has so much of patience or tolerance or humility or obedience to give his life for the one. He's writing whole day and night. And he's trying to pen down what is written. He's referring to his notes. And ultimately goes after 5 years and teacher says, no, it's still... You need lot of surrender. And to develop that, this stotra is very well known. Those who do Paduka Puja especially. In Chinmaya mission as well as other places also, this is chanted. I hope here also it is chanted in Paduka Puja. Because इतना हम लोग के पास patience नहीं है. We are very intolerant. We can't tolerate so much. We don't have so much of faith also. We have our own ways to think on a particular subject, own style, own ways, own. यहाँ own को disown करना पड़ता है. You have to disown the own. What you own, you have to disown. And this is said in the 3rd verse. Can I continue? I have not did the first 2 verses. We have completed first 2. Maybe we'll chant again. So those who are Sanskrit students, please see. नताययो श्रीपतितां समीयुः कदाचिदप्याशु दरिद्रवर्याः ययोः. Yayoho. Yayoho means, what is the word here? Huh? Ya ye yaha, yam ye yaha, yaya yabhyam yamihi, yasya yabhyam yabhyah, yasyaha yabhyam yabhyah, yasyaya yayoho ya sam, yasyam yayoho yasu yayoho. In which, to which, seventh case. To which, in which? Acha, nataha, those who have surrendered. See the anvay. Nataha means who have surrendered. Acha. And who are these people? Daridra varyaha. They are Daridra varyaha. Poorest. Daridra varyaha means poorest. Daridra, who are poor, not varya means superlative degree. Not poor, poorer, poorest. Daridra varya. Natayayo. One who prostrate to these padukas, that means one who surrenders, one who offers, he becomes Shri Patitam. Shri Patitam means he has lordship over wealth. He is Shripati. He becomes very rich. So how the anvi will go? Yayoho nataha daridra varyaha apyashu Shripatitam samiyuhu. Sam plus E. Samiyuhu. Sam plus E is there. Igate. He attains. Don't worry if you cannot understand. In short, understand, those who worship that padukas, however poor he may be, he can become rich also. There was one great saint, Neem Karoli Baba. I have taken his name few times. He is very favorite of mine. Neem Karoli Baba. So, if you go to Nainital, there is one place, it's called Kenchidam. And he used to put on blanket only. Blanket will be there. If you see, he has one check blanket. Blanket will be there, like this. And he had a mustache also. So he used to lie like this and blanket like that. Yes. And you know what he used to say? Ram, 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 Ram. ये सब बोलवाते रहते थे. I'll tell about him. So in Vrindavan, his ashram was being inaugurated. So the temple was made. So the one who made the temple, he went somewhere. Puja time was there. So he asked some boy, he was serving him a lot. One boy was there, Thakur boy, Kshatri. He was serving Baba a lot. He said, hey, आरती करो. इसको लगा हम तो पंडित हैं नहीं, कहाँ से आरती I'm not a priest. बोले करो, आरती करो. आरती करना शुरू कर दिया. The one who made the temple, he came. He said, अरे ये कहाँ से आ गया? ये तो क्षत्रिय, ये कहाँ से आरती करने लगेगा? अरे भगवान. Now some second person said, then Baba got very upset. He said, what do you feel? Boले, but he is not a pandit. He said, what is the criteria of being a pandit? He said, at least he should know some chanting, etc. He said, what do you hear, want to hear from him? He said, okay, he can chant any chapter of Gita. He said, which chapter? He said, 11th. So what happened? Baba had this kambal was there, blanket. He put on his head, this boy, Khatri boy, and put his head on him and covered. And he started chanting 11th chapter. And this boy had never even known one sloka of Bhagavad Gita. Now he's grown up, he's old person, that boy. He told. Then everybody prostrated to Baba. He said, Baba, गलती हो गई हम लोग से. जो आपका भक्त है वो सबसे बड़ा है. One who is your devotee is biggest. इतनी पावर है, बट मेन थिंग इज नता ययो हो, वन इज टोटली सरेंडर्ड. नता ययो श्रीपतिताम समीयु. Ashu means not Ashutosh. Ashu means, huh? Ashu means Ashutosh. Or Paritosh. There's one Paritosh also. Ashu means fast. Ashutosh तो शिव जी का नाम है ना, who's very fast pleased. Ashutosh. Ashu means fast. This is away, huh? This don't decline it. Don't decline it. Well, I'm not declining anything. No, not that declining. This Sanskrit declination is different. Rama, 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 Ramam, Rama, Raman. This is called declination. That is called decline. It is not that in the computer it can accept or decline. Not that decline. So, kadachit ashu. इतना ही पावर होती है गुरु भक्ति. है ना? अच्छा ये मूकाश्च वाचस्पतितां हिताभ्याम नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्याम. अब देखो कितनी अच्छी. मूका, डम पर्सन बिकम्स वाचस्पति, लॉर्ड ऑफ स्पीच, बृहस्पति. Samiyu will go there, huh? Mukasya vachaspatitam samiyu. He attains vachaspatitvam. He becomes extremely brilliant orator. One who is surrendered to the teacher. Surrendered means one who has obedience, one who has humility, one who has tolerance and who can go to the difficulties posed by the teacher, one who has sacrifice, combination. इतना कोई बहुत दिन तक करे तो उसको बोलते हैं नमो नमः. And the example which is coming in my mind is of Shankaracharya's one disciple. कौन? नहीं भाई, नहीं. In South India when he was going, so there was one village there in Andhra somewhere. So there was one person, his name was Prabhakar. And Prabhakar, he had one son who was totally dumb and deaf. All the time his eyes were like this. He said, "What is your name?" वो बोलता ही नहीं था. So parents were fed up. Sometime without any clothes, walking on the road. Whatever you give, he was eating. Wherever he used to feel, he used to sleep. But eyes were always like this. So when Shankaracharya Bhagwan came to that village, the other said, "Please show this boy who is mentally not well. Maybe this saint can treat him." So he went and prostrated. He was not getting up. After prostrating, when he was not getting up, anyway he was made to get up. And Shankaracharya asked this thing, "Shishos kastvam?" "Oh child, who are you?" For a few moments he was totally lost. And looking up, "Naham manushyo na deva yakshau न ब्राह्मण क्षत्रिय वैश्य शूद्र न ब्रह्मचारी ग्रही वानप्रस्थ." This he said like that I am not Manushya, I am not Devayaksha, I am not Brahmana Kshatriya Vaishya or Shudra, I am not Brahmachari Grahist, Naham ब्रह्मचारी ग्रही वनस्थः भिक्षुर न चाहम निज बोध रूपः. And he was Hastmalkacharya. There are 10 verses he chanted. Naham manushyo na deva yakshau न ब्रह्मचारी ग्रही गृहस्थो न ब्रह्मचारी गृहस्थो वान न ब्राह्मण क्षत्रिय वैश्य शूद्रः न ब्रह्मचारी न गृही न वनस्थः न भिक्षुर्न केवल अहम्बोधरूपः. Shankaracharya ji was delighted and he closed his eyes and he went into samadhi. ये है शक्ति. He said, I am not human being. I am not Devata. Neither I am Yaksh. Neither I belong to any ashram. Neither I am Brahman nor Kshatriya nor Vaishya nor Shudra. Neither I am Grahast, neither I am Brahmachari. Neither I am Vanaprasthi, neither I am Sannyasi. Nijabodha Rupam. And Shankaracharya Bhagavan was in Samadhi for a few hours there. He said, as the, what is called, gooseberry in his one palms, in his knowledge is like the gooseberry in palm. Give this child to me. And he became Hastamalakacharya. Mukas chavachas patitam hitabhyam namo namah Shri Guru Padukabhyam. देखा ना आपने? तो ऐसा है. ये अच्छी अच्छी स्टोरीज हैं. So many good saints were there. So many great examples are there. Illustrations are there. What would be the stage of those people? Parents did not know, and he was living with them for so long. He was 13 years, I think. 13 or 12, 13 years. This boy was when Shankaracharya Bhagavan came. ये surrender का कमाल होता है. When he lived with him the whole life, and ultimately one of the Peeth of 4 Peeth, he was the in charge later. चलें अगला श्लोक देख लेते हैं भाई. 1-2 श्लोक देख लें. We have 2 more days. Shall I repeat it? नाली कनिकाश पदारताभ्याम नाना विमोहादिनिवारिकाभ्याम नमज्जनाभीष्टततिप्रदाभ्याम नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्याम. Let us chant together. नालीकनिकाशपदारदाभ्यां नानाविमोहादिनिवारिकाभ्यां नमज्जनाभीष्टततिप्रदाभ्यां नमो नमः श्री गुरुपाद. नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्याम. I offer my फिर नमस्कार कर रहे हैं. Here is where faith is required. Faith means Bande bodhmayam nityam gurum shankar rupidam pratima mantre shubheshaje vaishnave guru yadrishi bhavanayasya siddhir bhavati tadrishi. In the murti, in the mantra, in the doctor, in the saint and in the guru, as is your faith, so will be the fruit. Pratima mantrarthe shubheshaje vaishnave guru yadrishir bhavana yasya siddhir bhavati tadrishi. Swami Abhedananda used to say, He said one मूर्ति made out. बोले एक पत्थर की मूर्ति की पूजा करने से वो फल देती है. He used to speak like that. पत्थर की मूर्ति की पूजा करने से जब वो फल दे सकती है तो जीवित पुरुष की पूजा करने से फल क्यों नहीं मिलेगा भाई? ऐसे बोला. When you worship a murti made out of a stone and you get the fruit, why not you will get the fruit when you worship a live person? Why? Because same God is there inside who is the giver of fruit. Yo yam yam tanum bhakta श्रद्धया अर्चितुम इच्छति तस्य तस्या चलाम श्रद्धाम तामेव विदधाम्यहम स तया श्रद्धया युक्तः तस्याराधनमीहते लभते च तत कामान मय्येव विहितानि तान्. Which chapter? 16th. 7th chapter. Oh, I know only 16. So, I'll tell you what is the meaning of faith. And this is a story, you may not like it, but you have to hear it. If you like it, I like it. This story was told by Hari Baba. There was one great saint, I think in the afternoon class also I took his name, Hari Baba. So Hari Baba used to tell this story. He said, there was one grahast, and he had extreme faith that my Guru is nothing other than Shiv, and I can get anything from him. So one day Guru ate the food which was of somebody stole the food and gave to him. The food that the bhavana of stealing was. So he ate. So in him also stealing bhav came. As is the food, so becomes the mind. So his child, following the story, please follow. The grahast child was playing with lot of ornaments, etc. So in his mind the greed came. Although Guru was not accomplished, he was half-baked. So he was not, the greed came in him. So he killed that boy and just took away all the ornaments and put the body in one box. So when this Hare Krishna, when this father-mother came, he said, where is my child? He said, I have killed him. He was so clear-hearted. He said, how can you do so? Then he said, no, I can show you. So they saw that he had killed the child. He said, Gurudev, you cannot kill. And the dust of your feet, I have always seen you as Lord Shiva only. So dust of your feet is such, it can really create wonders. So they took the dust of his feet and put on the head of that. And that child was again alive. Ye bhavana ka kamal hai. Story is not over yet. So, you don't do all these things. We may end up in jail as well. So this episode was over. So one day his neighbor's child came, he was also quite well decked. So he also killed him. He said, anyway, my feet has a power. This teacher thought. So anyway, it can be all right. So when the neighbor came, he said, oh, rascal, hypocrite, you killed my son. He said, yes, but if you take the dust off my feet, he'll be. So he took the dust, the neighbor. Nothing happened. Then he beat him also. Nothing happened. So when whose house he was staying, then he said, what is the matter? He said, he killed my son and then he is doing like that. He said, no, he is Shiv-Roop. He cannot do that, and if he has done, there must be some purpose, and I will tell. And then he took the dust and then he again was alive. And therefore, I told you may not like the story because killing is involved. But Hari Baba used to tell this, therefore I am repeating it. And therefore, as much as the bhavana, you see, you go in the temple, you all stand and pray. Everybody will have same fruit. वो तो fruit है कि आपकी कितनी श्रद्धा है. How much you are surrendered, how much you see the godliness, that much fruit is there. वो तो भावना पे है. You don't give to the fruit. Somebody have more bhavana, you will give more time, more attention. Somebody has less bhavana, you will have less. तो नमो नमः मतलब हम भगवान मानते, तभी कोई कोई किसी को प्रणाम कर पाएगा. इसीलिए हमने बोला गुरु बंदो गुरुपद कंज कृपा सिंधु नर रूप हरि महामोपन मन महामोहतम पुंज जासु बचन रवि कर निकर. गोस्वामी जी says, I offer my namaskar to my guru who is a Narayan in human form. देखो इन लोगों की कितनी श्रद्धा होती. Because a container is known by the content. Because the content in the heart of the teacher is my moksha, which is the God's sankalp. Therefore he is called God. Not that he is God. चलो देख लेते हैं इसको भी. नालीक निकाश पदार्थाभ्यम. संस्कृत से नालीक मीन्स लोटस और निकाश मीन्स कंपेरेबल टू लोटस. पद मीन्स फीट. Whose feet is comparable to lotus? Can you guess who is there? Padma Padacharya. Padma Padacharya, सुना होगा नाम. And this Paduka was brought by Padma Padacharya. Nali Kanikash Pada Vratabhyam means brought by one whose feet is like the lotus feet. Well, who is Padma Pada? I don't know. I don't know who is this. Suna, I have taken Shankaracharya's. There was one boy, his name was Sanandan. And Bhagwan Shankaracharya was in Badrinath. And he had the duty of washing the clothes, this Sanandan. So he was drying the clothes of Acharya. And the sunshine was on other side and not on this side where Acharya was. So Acharya took bath and he was slightly shivering and he was feeling that I need the clothes. And that side he was doing like this. He was drying the clothes. So he said, Sanandan, clothes. I'm feeling cold. In between was Alaknanda. So he saw. So he was so much moved to see his teacher that he's shivering or he's not having the clothes. So instead of taking a longer circuitous route on the top of the hill and coming, it will take time. So he forgot that there is a water. He jumped into that Alaknanda, which was very deep and fierceful. But the glory of Bhagavan is wherever he put his feet, not only the water became shallow there, but one lotus leaf and the flower came. Lotus leaf. As he put, the Devatas had laid as a mark of their respect to this great devotee and great Guru Bhakt. And therefore, he came to give that rose because he couldn't see his teacher suffering even for a moment. And Shankaracharya said, your name now will be Padma Padacharya. एक से एक लोग भाई लोग. And therefore he brought that Nali Kanikash Padahartabhyam. A story I must have told it during, and it is very popular. His devotion is very popular. He was the one who used to worship Lord Narasimha. And when some Kapali means one who worshipped Bali, etc. They wanted Bali of Shankaracharya Bhagavan. And in the night they came. He said, when everybody is sleeping, you come. Shankaracharya said, you can take me to the place where you sacrifice. So they came at 2 o'clock in the night and they were taking him away. At that time something happened to him. And he got up from his bed and ran towards shouting, Acharya, Acharya. And he had Avesh of Narasimha Bhagavan, so he took the sword and killed everybody there. And in that whole process, Bhagavan Shankaracharya was sitting with his eyes closed. So he brought the Paduka after that, and therefore he is called Pada-hartabhyam. He took the Paduka and brought Bhagavan Shankaracharya. So Nali Kanikash Pada-hartabhyam, ऐसे से लोग हुए हैं, इन्हीं से इन लोग को ज्ञान हो जाता है. नाना विमोहादि निवारिकाभ्याम. This is for the Paduka. One who removes all the delusions, because we have a lot of misconceptions. Challenge with the teacher is, I think something, teacher thinks something. I have another way, he has another way. I have another style, I have another mantra, he has another mantra in his mind. Everywhere there can be conflict. Moh means conflict. Moh means conflict in the mind. So this worship of the teacher takes away the mental conflicts and contradictions. Some people are always confused. Anything. Even when they have to cross the road, they are confused. Shall I go or not to go? And they keep on deciding. When really you have come close, then they run. And you have to put a break there. कोई अब जा रही है, अभी तक नहीं गया था. And he's thinking and looking anywhere here and there. Yes, confused. Everywhere there is a delusion regarding mantra, regarding puja, regarding ishta. इष्ट को लेकर तो इतना कंफ्यूजन सबको है कि हमारी इष्ट कौन. Everywhere is a hot topic. Any camp you go, बोले स्वामी जी who is my इष्ट? अरे तुम जानो. हम क्या होता है? No, I like Ram and Krishna both. हम क्या करें तुम? Both we can worship. Your question itself tells how can you marry to two people? अजीब आदमी हो तुम, घनचक्कर. नहीं, मैं दोनों अच्छे लगते. तो अच्छे लगे हम क्या करें फिर? दोनों के कैसे मेडिटेट करोगे? नहीं, थोड़ी देर I do Om Namah Shivaya, then 2 malas Om Namah Shivaya and 1 mala Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, 3 mala of Devi Ji, 1 mala Gayatri. I have same mala, नहीं 3-4 all malas I have, I do. Then I say, when you do Om Namah Shivaya, doesn't that Krishna Ji comes? बोले हाँ, comes, confusion is there. अब तुम जानो फिर. ये कोई बात है? बोले फिर how to live? You have to leave somebody. अब जब शादी किसी से करो, किसी से छोड़ना ही पड़ेगा ना. When you are marrying somebody, you have to leave that guy. किसी को छोड़ना ही पड़ेगा. ऐसे कैसे हो जाएगा? लेकिन वो भी अच्छा लगता है, ये भी अच्छा लगे. He is the dushman of love. He is the enemy. Also is the enemy of love. Also in inverted comma. Understood? No? Also has to be only. Only is the only friend of love. But I like both. But what to do? What to do now? Ask Bhagwan. Go and leave me. ऐसा क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं जो कि खुद ही हम क्या उसका आंसर दें? क्वेश्चन ऐसा पूछो जिसका कि राइट आंसर हो. हम क्या आंसर दें उसका? ये बड़ा इरिटेटिंग हो जाता है कि इसमें बताएं क्या, इसको तो खुद ही नहीं छोड़ना है. तो क्या करें फिर? भगवान का नाम लो. यू आस्क भगवान, ही विल. अच्छा, इज इट स्वामी जी दैट बंसी कन्हैया एंड बाल गोपाल, सो बोथ आई कैन हैव? नो. देन वन ओनली. I can't worship both. I can't have both. You said no, both are different because one form is required. अब लो और confusion हो गया. बड़ी मुश्किल तो कृष्ण भक्ति पे है. तो इतनी प्रॉब्लम होती, इतना होता है। मतलब ये मंत्र भी करते हैं, वो मंत्र भी करते हैं। I went to that saint, he gave me this mantra. I went to that saint, and then I saw YouTube, he said, do this. Then other, I said, he said, do this. Chapai of Ramayana, I am doing everything now. अब तुम जानो, तुम्हारा काम जाने। अच्छा, हम बताएंगे नहीं, क्यों? सरेंडर हो तो बोलो भी भाई, हम क्यों बोले? Person won't accept totally, he will doubt. So why should I say something? भाई जहाँ आपकी श्रद्धा हो बोलो। I was in Prayagraj. One person said, you know, I love Lord Krishna, but my Guru gave Ram mantra. What shall I do? I said, ask Guru. भाई हमको क्यों? बोले, but we had Samashti Diksha. 500 people got Diksha. I said, Samashti Diksha is good, but not the Diksha. बोले, Guru is not available. हम क्या करें बताओ? If I give another month, then he'll get confused. If I don't give, then I say, see, pray to God and find out where is he, go and ask him. And give me the food. What have you prepared? Let us go. You are in a dead end. हम क्या कैसे कर सकते हैं इसको? बिना गुरु आए जब तक किसी पे समर्पण पूरा नहीं होता, रास्ता नहीं खुलता. And you are totally dedicated and totally surrendered, the ways don't open, everywhere there will be confusion. वो सबसे पूछेंगे ये सब बात, सब अपनी अपनी बात करेंगे, हमसे भी पूछ लिए. इसलिए लिखा है नाली कनिकाश पदाहृताभ्याम नाना विमोहादि निवारिकाभ्याम. हाँ, all the मोह goes away. तो गुरु आएगा तभी वो, वही पक्का जी की भी विश्वास होता है, वो बोलेगा इसकी पूजा करो, हो जाएगा. मीराबाई was a कृष्ण भक्त. She went to her guru. He gave her राम मंत्र. अब बताओ, राम मंत्र दे दिया. अब वो नहीं बोली कि राम मंत्र दिया है, हम तो कृष्ण भक्त हैं. Chanting राम नाम, she had कृष्ण दर्शन. Because in that also, you know ना, पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो, पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो, वस्तु अमूलिक दी मेरे सतगुरु, कृपा कर अपनायो, पायो जी मैंने राम रतन. जब गुरु आता है तो आई डोंट फील दैट आई शुड आस्क. उन्होंने बोल दिया, फाइनल, देयर इज नो सेमीफाइनल. बोल दिया, बात क्लियर हो गई दिमाग से. उतनी श्रद्धा कहाँ होती है लोगों की? यू नीड टू मच ऑफ that faith is required. फिर हमारे मन में क्वेश्चन आता है. क्वेश्चन मीन्स दैट स्टिल you don't give up totally, you don't accept him as divine incarnation. भक्ति है नहीं उतनी. अब जहां भक्ति बने इतनी, अगर बन जाए कहीं पे, you don't know where that devotion will be there, there you ask. And don't ask any question after that. Regarding what Upasana, ask question regarding Vedanta, as much questions as you can. But regarding Upasana, what mantra is given by, then don't ask that question. वो खत्म हो गई बात. वो शादी तय करवा दिया, तुम शादी में रहो. ये मत बोल कि इसके साथ वो अच्छा लगता है. वो मत, हो गई शादी अब. इतनी जिसकी श्रद्धा होगी भाई, उसके पास मंत्र भी आ जाएगा, मंत्र भी उसके साथ जागृत आ जाएगा. सब तरीके की वहां मुंह दूर हो जाते हैं. नाली कनिकाश, ये हो गया. सेकेंड लाइन, नमः जनाभीष्ट तति प्रदाभ्याम नमो नमः श्री. बोलो भाई, गुरु पादुकाभ्याम. ऐसा भी क्या बोलते रहिए. नमः जनाभीष्ट, हियर नमत वर्ड इज देयर. नमत हैज बिकम नमज. नमः जनाभीष्ट तति प्रदाभ्याम, series of favors. Abhisht means favor. He gives those who worship that paduka. That paduka gives series of favors. Namah jana abhisht tati. Tati had come earlier also. Vipattati. Vipattati. Vipatti nahi. Vipattati. So namat janabhisht tati pradabhyam, series of favor is given. Series of favor is given by that worship is. Acha, I hope this is clear. Series of favors, not one favor is given. Lot of favors are given. वो तो जिसके पास आ गई फिर उसके पास तो you have a live मूर्ति, live Badrinath you have, live Kailash is there. I remember, I first yagna I was invited, completed brahmachari course. I had first yagna on Hanuman Chalisa. First yagna, imagine that. And crowd was very good. Should we be happy or not happy about that? So I was staying in somebody's house. Nina Behrani was there. So in her house one girl came. She must be around 30, 35 or so. So she said, I wanted to go to Badrinath, Kedarnath. And I went to Gurudev, and she had a lot of devotion for Gurudev. So she asked Gurudev that I want to go to Badrinath, Kedarnath. So what do you think? And Gurudev said very nice. And I'm not able to go. That was a problem. I'm not able to go because of certain reason. Then Gurudev said, when you have come to the feet of a teacher whom you consider as Sadguru, all the tirthas are there at his feet. अब बताओ, जब इतना I was so touched to hear that. इसी को बोलते नमत. नमत मतलब one who offers his all personalities. His annamaya personality is for seva. Pranmaya is to run around. Manoyamaya is for love. Vijnanmaya is for surrender. And Anandmaya is to give anand to the teacher. So one whose panch kosh samarpan is there. नमत मन कुछ को दिखता नहीं है. Shivadiya Baba used to say one line which I like. He used to say, if somebody has so much of devotion for the teacher, he doesn't need a ishta. बोले उसका बोले क्योंकि उसके लिए वही भगवान है. उसको कुछ भेद दिखता नहीं हो तो किसको, तो उसके लिए वही इष्ट है. So beautiful line was there. गुरु की बात हो रही है, I'm just quoting here and there. In Gautam Buddha's ashram, there was lot of students were there. And one student used to hide. He was on the top of a cottage, hiding all the time from Gautam Buddha. So one day he saw him, he said, come here. I can see from your eyes that you have known the self. You have known the self and you have accomplished everything. And then that student said, he said, Gurudev, I am hiding because I am not accomplished. You will send me away for some prachar work. You will send me away for some missionary work. But for me, I was better. I cannot leave you because you are my Ishta. And if you can take away my realization, I'll be happy to be ignorant but with you. This is called namat. Just his emotions are there. उसको वही दिखता है. Don't send me away. Because Gautam Buddha used to send away to various countries and here and there for the missionary work he used to send. Namat means who, when you ask him, who are you? He remembers his guru's name rather than his name. Like Hanumanji was. When anybody asks Hanuman, who are you? So he never asks, I am Hanuman. First is his story, his mind used to. So he has become so merged, itna melt ho gaya. He has become one with his teacher's thought. And when a stage comes, you may not believe it, but the stage comes. One guru was there, and his student was around 30 kilometers away. This I have heard from great saint. And 30 kilometers away, he used to say, see, my guru is now hungry. Whatever thought came in his teacher's mind, it started coming in that student's mind. When love is too deep and intense, mind merge. Purity of love is there. You don't have an individual mind. You two people have same mind. This we call them namat. Namat namat jana abhishta tati pradabhyam. It favors. Favor हो जाता है. हाँ तो बोल ही नहीं रहे कोई. बोले हाँ हाँ सब everything is fine, don't worry about me. I am quite absorbed in listening actually. I am quite absorbed. If I close my eyes, I will go into samadhi. Therefore, I am not closing my eyes. I really like this topic. I think we should have more talks on Guru, all this thing. We can make some recording in all these things. You know. So, namat abhishta jana. Namat, I hope the Sanskrit is clear. Namat abhishta, abhishta means favorable. Tati means series of favorable favors. It will provide. Ye Guru Pada ka puja ka hota. I remember once Gurudev said one line that, you know, if you are devoted to me, anywhere you will take my name, you will get the food. But to come up my standard, you have to do tapasya and study and do manan. Food thing you can get, but after that you have to put realization. For that you have to work on yourself. Till food, I'm guaranteeing you will get it. Favorable हो जाता है. Namat abhishta, namat jana abhishta tati pradabhyam. Now you chant, you should know what is the meaning. Otherwise you are mechanically chanting, not knowing the meaning. Nali kanikasha padartabhyam nana vimohadi nivarikabhyam namat jana abhishta tati pradabhyam. Namo namah Shri. Jaldi kar nahi rahe. Tati pradabhyam. Namo namah Shri. And some are very fascinated by that tune only. Like the snake, you know, does like the tune. So ऐसे, हाँ, नाली कनिका शपदाहरताभ्याम, नाना, समझ में कुछ नहीं आ रहा. नाना विमोहादि निवारिकाभ्याम. वो उसी में मस्त है. अरे भाई अर्थ भी जान लो. Some have such a captivating tune. Mano buddhi hankar chittani naam. उसमें इतनी अच्छी ट्यून है उसकी. It is more popular because the tune rather than the meaning. कोई नहीं समझता. Similarly, don't be attracted by the tune. इसका अर्थ समझो आप. थोड़ा सा अर्थ समझ लो. And if you don't know the meaning, just contemplate on the feet of your teacher. If you have a teacher. If you don't have a teacher, then pray to God. Otherwise, you can pray to Gurudev. अगला श्लोक देख. ये ग्लोरी है. अभीष्ट प्रदाभ्याम. It will just give you, abhisht means whatever you want, you can get that. I gave the story of that one who plain paper. Then teacher had put the hand on the head of that student, 30 who did tapasya, and he had known that. अभीष्ट उसको मिल गया. भाई आप मूर्ति की पूजा करो, उससे बड़ी होती उतनी ही श्रद्धा अगर हो जाए गुरु पे. If मूर्ति can give that अभीष्ट, then live मूर्ति also can give the अभीष्ट. कहाँ इतनी मेहनत कर रहे हो जाके भाई? We are working there to go there. यहाँ तो गुरु हैं. अगर इतनी श्रद्धा किसी को हो जाए तो फिर उसको कोई तीर्थ जाना नहीं पड़ता है. वहीं पे सब उसको मिल जाएगा. सारे तीर्थ धाम आपके चरणों में है गुरुदेव प्रणाम आपके चरणों में। वो सब वहां आ जाते हैं, फिर सब कुछ मिल जाए, सो क्या चाहिए फिर। जस्ट नाउ गिव द एग्जांपल ऑफ डस्ट ऑफ द फीट। वहां इतनी भावना, पक्की भावना हमारी नहीं हो पाती, पक्की भावना नहीं हो पाती, तो कच्ची भावना रहे, दैट इज नॉट अ रियल फेथ, इज मिसिंग दैट पॉइंट। इसीलिए तो इन इंडिया दे हैव सो मच ऑफ गुरु भक्ति। इज नॉट अ फॉरेन कंट्री, इट्स इन इंडिया। व्हेन यू गो, वो तो गुरु को भगवान से भी बड़ा मानते हैं। Somebody asked Gurudev, they say गुरु गोविंद दो खड़े काके लागो पाए, बलिहारी गुरु आपने गोविंद दियो बताए। See, somebody asked Gurudev that if you and Bhagwan both are standing, whose feet should I touch? So Gurudev was very jocular. He said, this situation will never come in your life. So he said like that. But after that he became very serious. He said, you will have no problem because I will be at the feet of the God. So just touch God's feet and my feet will be touched. ऐसा हो जाता है। क्योंकि जो what he said, because I see God somewhere, so what he will say will become true. One person was there, he had 4 daughters and none of them were getting married. 4 daughters. So he went to one saint. So he said, you are my guru. Please do something that his daughters get married. Saint said, okay. Get ready. Within 2 months, 4 people came. 4 boys. And all 4 mandap was there. 4 mandap in the same place. And this guru was also seated. So I'm just giving the example. Even worldly things are accomplished. Usually when we go to Gurudev, we used to say, you say it will happen. Even rich people came, he said, my business is going down, please, you help me out. He said, okay, you go there. I have known people who had no children, and they went to Gurudev and said, I have no children. And Gurudev said, okay, fine. And the child was there. I'm just giving few examples. ये तो हमारी भावना इतनी बड़ी होती है, and that person also has tapasya in him, that he has that. So namajjana abhishta tati pradabhyam. A guru bhakt will never be having a paucity or something like that, or he doesn't have a thing for a, उसके पीछे बहुत बड़ी शक्ति होती. All devatas worship the person who worships the guru. गुरु ते अधिक तुम ही जय जानी, तुम ते अधिक गुरु ही जय जानी, सकल भाव से वही सन्मानी. Valmiki ji said, among 14 places, one who thinks Guru is bigger than you and he worships you in all. तुम ते अधिक गुरु ही जय जानी सकल भाव. You reside in that heart, Bhagwan. There is a glory of Guru. We will see more tomorrow. पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि शंकराय सदा शिवाय सर्वेश्वरा मां पाहि प्रभु मां पाहि विभो मां पाहि प्रभु. हर 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 हराय नमो. शिव 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 शिवाय नमो. हराय नमो. शिवाय नमो. शिवाय नमो. हराय नमो.
शिवाय